Yes, so here we are, a lot of programs. 50 actually, rough count, 50 exactly, had a quick count. All of varying sizes, as you can see, and all of varying musicals, although there are a few repeats as well. Yeah, so basically, I mean, look, even if I got a couple of pounds on them, that would be good on each one. One or two will probably go for a bit more for my brief research I've been doing. I'll do a bit more detailed research soon. Yeah, so let's start going through them. So, tick, tick, boom. Also, they're obviously in varying conditions, but some of them are in very good condition. Tick, tick, boom, not familiar with that at all. But what I am familiar with is the fact that they did a Toxic Avenger musical. I would probably keep a program based on that. I like Toxic Avenger, the old Troma movie. But yeah, not familiar with this one. Tick, tick, boom. What we got next? Oh, definitely familiar with this one. Jesus Christ Superstar. So that is, of course, one of many Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber collaborations. £4. And if I get £4 for it. Yes, if you're not familiar with those two people. Oh yeah, this one's got a ticket in. Quite a few of them have got tickets and also notes if there's been a change of the performer on the day of the programme. But yeah, if you are unfamiliar with Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice, they did various musicals such as Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. This one, Jesus Christ Superstar. What else did they do? Can't even remember, but I'm pretty sure they did some others as well. You probably will know Andrew Lloyd Webber. He often pops up on TV every so often. He's another one of those multi-millionaires who's been complaining because he's privileged enough to have lots of farmland, and he's actually going to have to pay taxes on it. It's land that's worth millions. Anyway, that's a sidebar. And yeah, lyrics by Tim Rice. Tim Rice I've seen interviewed as well. They like adapting stories from the Bible, figures from the Bible, because obviously Jesus Christ Superstar, Joseph and Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is one thing I can pick up there. This is called Brief Encounter, so I am familiar with this as a Noel Coward show. And it's also interesting seeing the different theatres, of course, where these were from. So this is Empire Cinema in London, the famous Empire. So what have we got there? So we've got a bit there. Okay, so a little pull out there. Looks like the ticket. No, what's this? That's so random. I love the random things you can find when you get things secondhand. So, fortune teller miracle fish is one of them things that you get on the cracker. Although I don't think the little fishy is inside. Well, this is a side quest in the video. Oh no, it is in there. So yeah, we'll keep that for another video. Maybe whatever the fish does means one of those things. I'm sure you've come across this at some point. Perhaps if you've been to a party or something. That's so random. You never know what you might find. Nice if there's a tenner in London. This play I am familiar with. I haven't seen. So by the way, oh, this is Andrew Lloyd Webber one. Oh, so that's another one he's done. Yeah. There's a film of this as well, I think. Yeah. What's I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, where I stand on musicals. I do like some musicals, certain musicals. I mean, the Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice ones, for example, usually have some good songs in them. Oh, Cats is another Andrew Lloyd Webber one, isn't it? Don't know if it's Tim Rice as well. Bring It On, the musical. Yes, I am familiar with that. I recognise that person. I'm pretty sure I recognise that person. There's be some familiar faces in these. And programs are a really nice collectible if you like the show, or you know, there's often have some interesting features in them. So this is The Grinning Man. I'm not familiar with this one. It's a Grinning Man. Oh, at the Old Vic. This is Jekyll and Hyde classic play based on an extremely classic book. Ballet Boys of 14 Days. Not familiar with that. Not really into ballet, but if you are, that's good. Oh, I recognise somebody there. It's Craig Revel-Horwood from that programme with far too much dancing for my liking. Yeah, so Ballet Boys. Dirty Boston Scoundrels musical. Yeah, I didn't know they did a musical of that. Interesting, some of the adverts you see. Most of these are once. I like the film of that. This is a Savoy theatre. Yeah, most of these are a few years old, I've found from quickly going over them. Showstopper, the improvised musical. That's an interesting concept. So those programs will be quite expensive. Sometimes they do pack quite a bit into them. Only one of them had its actual pricing, so I don't know what they are. This one's in very good condition. It's the Book of Mormon, so I believe that is by the creators of South Park, Prince of Wales Theatre production. It's got a lot in it. Come From Away, the new musical based on a remarkable true story. That was the Phoenix Theatre. We got another ticket in there. Any more fishes anywhere? What was that? Was that Star Trek? It's a Walk Factor 5. Oh, it's an educational adventure advertising. Yeah, as I say, you can get some interesting adverts in looking over these. Obviously, any that are signed by the cast will go up in value. I don't think any of these are signed by the cast, but yeah, that is something to look out for. The Scottsboro Boys, and that is from the Garrick Theatre. And a quick look. 9 till 5. Yeah, oh, I know what I was going to say. So I've seen one play at West End, which was Wicked, the Idina Menzel run, and that was absolutely brilliant. There is a Wicked, I do know there is a Wicked programme. It'd be near the end, because I put the bigger ones near the end, and that's a big one. I mean in size, not in how big the play literally is, although it is one of the biggest, especially with all the hub, with the new film out. Yes, I've seen one at the West End, but I've also seen plays at various other theatres. So this is Dolly Parton 9 to 5. Now this was one that I saw a version of at the Queen's Theatre in Hornchurch. I used to work for Hospital Radio, and we used to get to see these plays, got to see them for free, so that was a perk of working there, in exchange for like reviews and a bit of press. So that, I got to see some good things that way, and to be honest, their version of 9 to 5 was really good. I know there is of course a film of that one. You can see the ticket, you can see the seat. I wonder if you can see the cost. No, I can't see the cost on that. Interested to know how much that was, but yeah, 9 till 5 with the fabulous, I think it's fair to say, Dolly Parton. Good old Dolly. Right, Les Miserables at the Queen's Theatre, but this is Delphont Mackintosh Theatres, Queen's Theatre. Advertising Singing in the Rain there. That's what we got. Oh, the Phantom of the Opera. This looks like an older one. This is Her Majesty's Theatre. I've only done a small bit of research. I've got a lot more to do before listing them. It's got some signings in this one. Ooh, which is interesting. Have to check whether they are actually of the person as best as I can. But yeah, it looks like they might be signed. So that could potentially increase volume. It looks like certain cast members have signed. Oh, we will look into that further. Oh, there's a crossword in this one. Obviously, something signed doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be worth a fortune, but it often can increase the cost on eBay. There's some signed programs that are going for a bit more than your average one. So this is the 39 Steps. That's an Alfred Hitchcock film, isn't it? And well, I imagine that would be really good as a play. They're the type of plays I would like to see. This thing, I'm talking about musicals, but this isn't just about musicals, it's about plays as well. Some of these programs are plays, and yeah, probably rather in some ways see a play, like a mystery play, a murder mystery play, than a musical. But as I say, things like Wicked, there are some musicals I do like. Baz Luhrmann, Strictly Ballroom, the musical, so that's to do with that thing again with too much dancing. Matt Cardle, there's a name I recognise. He was from X Factor, wasn't he? Dirty Dancing. Obviously, lots of classic films have become highly successful theatre productions. So if you like Dirty Dancing, I'm sure that is a good one to see. Another smash hit is Kinky Boots, which is apparently based on a true story. I don't actually know what it's about. Apart from it has something to do with boots, clearly, which are kinky. Defying Gravity, 8 times a week. Wicked, the untold story of the Witches of Oz. It's got an Olivier Awards 2015 winner. Why has it got This Morning? Oh, This Morning audience reward. That's random. DreamWorks Prince of Egypt, the hit musical. They did a musical stage version of Prince of Egypt. I'm not sure if I knew that. Actually, no, I think I've seen it advertised on the bus. Maybe I didn't know that. That's where you often find out about musicals. Well, you do if you're me and you're only sort of casually paying attention to them. Maybe some people obviously know a lot about them. Company, a musical comedy. Not one I am familiar with. Here's another Andrew Lloyd Webber classic, Cats. The only thing I know about it is the song Memories comes from it, and that is obviously a very nice song. Yeah, they did. Oh, there he is. Where are we now? Some faces I recognise. Another crossword. Then I find a little crossword. What have we got here? The Commitments, the Saviours of Soul. That's interesting. Oh, look, another ticket. Can we see how much it cost? £10. That seems good. Includes a £1 restoration levy. Year was this? 2014. Seems a fair price for a ticket, even in 2014. Yeah. Well, when you're going like West End and that. Right, so The Lion King at the Lyceum Theatre, if that's how you pronounce it, not familiar with that theatre. So, you may know this fact, but it's my understanding, so I've heard this said several times by reliable resources, that The Lion King, the musical, is the most successful anything ever that ever existed. Well, at least currently or in modern history. What I mean by that is out of any media or any brand or project, however you put it, where people have consumed, spent money on, The Lion King has sold more than anything else. Films, video games, a particular video game, particular film, anything. The Lion King is ultra successful as a theatre production, as a musical. And yeah, good story, The Lion King, so I can see how it would work very well. I have seen clips of it, and the costumes look amazing. I think that's one reason for its success. Half a sixpence. What's that, a threepence? Oh, I read that book. They've done a theatre adaptation. I really like that. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time. I think there was a few books in that series many years ago I read. Yeah, they do, of course, adapt books to plays, and I'd like to see the Peter James one. So they've done a few. Waitress. Now, I'm not familiar with this one. It's yeah, about a waitress. Oh, this is a very glossy one. Cherry Pie, the American Pie classic, which I happen to like as well. Probably one of my favourite of the American style pies. And of course, it reminds you of Twin Peaks as well, so I do like that. Twin Peaks the musical, or Twin Peaks theatre production. They should do that. I know obviously David Lynch has recently passed, but maybe if someone such as Mark Frost connected to the universe could do a good version, it could be good. So the play that goes wrong, I believe this has been extremely successful. I know that it's aired several times on TV on BBC, I think. It is a clever concept. The comedy about a bank robbery. Interesting. I don't know if that's based on any particular true story or not. A few more to go. Now, this actress's name has escaped my memory, but I recognise her so much. Very famous. Been in many, many things. Oh, there's the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child one, which is sort of not by J.K. Rowling. I think it's just based on her, creation. But the play's not actually written by her. And we have Romeo and Juliet, English National Ballet. So, this is a very thick and glossy one. I wonder if the ones with more in may fetch a bit more money. It might not necessarily work like that. It's a random advertisement. Most of them haven't got advertisements like that. They usually play advertisements. The Last Tango. Wasn't that like a really adult film? Am I thinking of something else? Probably thinking of something else. The Dresser. Oh, it's got Reese Shearsmith in. I know he's done a lot of stage performances. I think I recognise that actor as well. Ken Stott. The Naked Magicians. 6. Yes, this has been a big hit. About the 6 wives of Henry. Whichever Henry it is, whichever V's and I's it was. I've just seen performances when it's been like this morning, many years ago when I used to watch This Morning. Matilda, Wildale's Matilda the musical. Yeah, so this is obviously a more recent version done by, was it done by Andrew Lloyd Webber? I think it was. I've got the School of Rock there. It's got something to tell you who's at this particular performance. This is a nice large one. Right, what I'm going to do is, because the pile is getting lower, we're going to bring this forward and bring our completed pile back. So Dream Girls. So I have seen the film version, but never the production, the theatre production. The film version has Beyonce in, of course. Showboat, yeah, I'm familiar with this one. Oh, this got all sorts in. The Cotton Blossom Presents. I think like just advertising another production or something else. The Showboat. Oh look, that's telling you the performances. And there's something else underneath there. Yeah. Jason Denton. Hello, Jason Denton. What else have we got? And Juliet. I remember hearing when this came out, but I can't really remember much about it. I know it's a different version of Romeo and Juliet. What's that? Oh, getting into a lot of Romeo and Juliet now. Matthew Bourne's Romeo and Juliet. There's another ballet one, maybe, by the looks of it. Speaking of ballet, the Russian State Ballet of Siberia, Swan Lake, the Nutcracker. I think this has got a performance list in it. 42nd Street. And this is a Royal Drury Lane one. All these iconic theatres. think that's the thing when you go to see a production. It's pretty much about, I think this one even might have a bit about the theatre. They're just seeing that building, you know, some of them look great. Memphis is the musical. Oh yes, I have heard about this. I'll get into the end. I've got 2 of this one. Fenny, that's how you pronounce it. It's got a ticket in. Let's make sure that both of them are actually exactly the same. They're not from like a different performance. Yeah, they do look identical. We got a bigger version of this one, which we had earlier. So this is probably from a different production, but I'll look into that to make sure. Very nice big pictures. And we had a Phantom of the Opera earlier. Got another one here. No, maybe this I would say is one of the better Android web ones. I don't know really, it depends. It's definitely got some good songs and a good story to that one. An American in Paris, a new musical. I don't know why they ever put that on things, because it dates straight away, because eventually it won't be a new musical. Like when they say this is a new flavour of crisps, and then they keep it on there and it's no longer a new flavour of crisps. Anyway, The Bodyguard, the musical, so of course the classic Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston film, became a massive musical with various people playing the part that Whitney Houston played. I've seen clips of the version by, who have I seen? Beverly Knight, that's who I was thinking of, and I did think that was a picture of her. Yeah, Beverly Knight. And from what I've seen, she's very good in it, because she's a very good singer, so it's not really surprising. And last but not least, I didn't plan this, but it literally ended up being at the end, is Wicked, which, I don't know, just gets bigger and bigger. Massive musical. This one's got some of the cast information in it, and of course also even bigger now because of the films. To be fair, it is a great production, a great story. And yeah, that's all of them. So I hope you enjoyed that little look at the programs I've got. I'll update on how they do in terms of selling. As I say, even if I make just a few pounds on each of them, I'll be happy, because I basically got them for free. It's a little hard to work out what they cost because they were bundled in with lots of other stuff, but I didn't pay a lot for all of that stuff. So to be honest, these will probably work out basically free once you've looked at what the other things would have cost, you know. So yeah, I think I should do alright on those.